my troopers popping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers popping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers.
Hello, my name is Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the World Class Badass, aka Chocolate Thunder with a Caramel Swirl, aka Black Lightning with the Peanut Butter Filling, aka the Man of the Century, and you guys know the rest. So I'm standing up again. Yep, this is going to be another standing video. This is not a drill. Actually, this is nothing important, you know. We're not in trouble, you know, you're not in trouble. Everything's gonna be fine, okay? Just stay with me. Everything's gonna be fine. But this is gonna be another standing video because we're gonna be talking about some wrestling, specifically WWE Premium Live Event, because they don't do pay-per-views anymore. They call them Premium Live Events. So last night's Premium Live Event was Extreme Rules. And this pay-per-view in particular has been getting a lot of buzz. It's not because of any of the matches that's going on, but one specific return. If you didn't know, Bray Wyatt returned at Extreme to WWE last night. So this return has been hyped up a lot on WWE programming. If you guys don't watch WWE, Bray Wyatt was this popular wrestler that they had. He had this uncanny ability to reinvent himself even when it seemed like his character and all of his momentum was dead in the water. He had this uncanny ability to reinvent himself every single time and get himself over again, only for WWE and the powers that be to screw him over again. But Vince McMahon's out, Triple H is in, and Bray Wyatt's back, so hopefully round 2 will be a much better go-around. But his return has been hyped up a lot from this past few weeks in WWE. There's been this thing called the White Rabbit. Now, WWE didn't specifically say that this was going to be Bray Wyatt. They kind of just dropped little hints here and there. It started with like QR codes. Like if you watch Raw or SmackDown, you find these little QR codes, and if you scan them, they'll take you somewhere to look at all these hints, right? And then as the weeks went on, we got more and more hints, and they slowly started to build up more hype. A lot of people figured it was going to be Bray Wyatt, but people didn't care because they wanted to see it anyway. So they were slowly building it up for weeks, and they implied that last night at Extreme Rules, this is where Bray Wyatt was going to return. Now, I'm happy for the dude. I'm happy that he's back, you know? He kind of got screwed over a lot in his first run in WWE. More specifically, Vince screwed him over his first run in WWE. Every time he seemed to get momentum, every time he got the fans behind him, Vince McMahon would just come in, cut his legs out from under him, and all that momentum that he built up was lost. So I'm happy that he's back now. I'm happy that he can get another chance, another shot at the big dub. I hope that his second run is better than his first. Not to say that his first run was bad. You know, he won tag team championships. He's like a multiple-time world champion there. So it's not like his first run was bad per se. But the cons outweigh the pros with his first run. Sorry, my mother was asking me a question. But anyway, the pros outweighed the cons of his first run. I remember the first time that like Vince cut his legs out from under him was WrestleMania, where Bray Wyatt in his cult leader persona was facing off against John Cena, and everybody expected Bray Wyatt to beat John Cena, right? John Cena put over Bray Wyatt, but John Cena beat him, and everybody was like, okay, sure, he got a win over John Cena the next month, but John Cena inevitably won the rubber match, so that kind of stalled his momentum a bit. Then he lost to The Undertaker. Then he lost to Roman Reigns. He kept on losing all these big matches that a lot of people started to call him the Eater of Pins because his nickname was the Eater of Worlds. People started to call him the Eater of Pins because he lost so much. He got a few wins over Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, who is John Moxley, but the PG version of John Moxley. He just got screwed over a lot. So with Triple H as the new head of creative, hopefully he gets a fair shake of things, and hopefully this new character can suit him better in the ring, because with the character that he had before, he was playing this character named The Fiend, right? Who was basically this horror movie villain. He was this horror movie type villain. He couldn't kill him. I remember, I believe 2019, Hell in a Cell, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend. Seth Rollins hit him with like 12, 13 curb stomps, and The Fiend kept getting up every time. But then a few months later, he lost a match with 1 RKO from Randy Orton, and then a few months later he lost. A few months before that, at like Crown Jewel, I believe, he lost to like one bad looking jackhammer from Goldberg, and he lost the Universal Championship. Like, and a lot of people were like, what the hell? Like, he's this unkillable monster, and he lost to like one move. What, really? So it just didn't translate well into the ring. It was a great character. The character work was great, but in my opinion, it didn't really translate that good into the ring, because that character that he was playing, it doesn't lend itself well to telling a good story and having a good match, a good back and forth match in the ring. Daniel Bryan, he's Bryan Danielson now in AEW. Bryan Danielson, he got the most out of The Fiend in their match at the Royal Rumble. He got the most out of that character, I believe, and so did Kevin Owens on a random SmackDown. But from coming off last night, it looks like he's not going to be The Fiend anymore. It looks like he's just going to be regular old Bray Wyatt, if there is such a thing as regular old Bray Wyatt. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, his return was great. At the end of the night, after the main event between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins, the lights cut out, and we see all of these human versions of characters from a little segment that Bray used to do called the Firefly Funhouse. We see all of those little characters all around the arena. Then we see The Fiend, or in The Fiend's burnt mask, and then we cut on the big screen, we cut to the Firefly Funhouse, and it looks like it's in ruins, and a door appears, the door opens, and we see a lantern. Bray walks out with the new mask. His new mask looks like, if you guys ever watched the movie The Black Phone, Ethan Hawke plays the main villain in that movie, and he has a mask that's similar to the one that Bray wore last night. So Bray walks out, he takes off the mask, he gets a huge pop from all the fans. He takes off the mask, he has a new little nose ring. He says something to the camera. You can't even hear what he says because the pop is so loud. and he blows out the lantern. We cut to like his little new logo, which it looks like an upside down butterfly or a moth. That's his new logo. And then the show cuts to black. So it was a great debut. Bray is going to sell a lot of merch, and it looks like he is already selling a lot of merch because I hear that his merch is selling like gangbusters. Yeah, gangbusters off of WWEshop.com. So I'm happy for him. Good luck, Bray. You had a great return. Good luck. Hopefully you get a fair shake this time, Triple H. I have faith in you. Don't screw him up this time. But yeah, that's about it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But if you really, and I mean really like me, consider subscribing and ring that bell so you always know whenever I upload, because it is free. It is free. Don't be a dum-dum. Subscribe today. Deuces.